Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Bartosh of Proactive Wellness and Injury Center, and we decided, because of the overwhelming response and interest that we have regarding our brain plan, to make this video to explain the brain plan in a little bit more detail. It's been brought to our attention, and through research and information we found that in the last few years, when individuals were polled at the age of 55, they were concerned about developing some type of cancer in their later years. However, recently, in the last few years to be exact, those same individuals, when polled, had exchanged their fear of developing a type of cancer and are now concerned with developing dementia, Alzheimer's, or some kind of brain disorder. That's the bad news. The good news is the body wants to be well and it can be helped. And we've developed what we've called, for lack of a better term, our brain plan. And as I said, many people were curious as to what it involves and what our objectives are. So I'd just like to take a few moments to share with you what the goals are in our particular plan. The first thing we want to do is to increase brain circulation. That means we want to increase the blood flow to the brain. The blood is going to bring to the brain the nutrients, the oxygen that is so absolutely necessary. Another goal is to increase the amount of acetylcholine. This is one of the primary neurotransmitters in the brain in the central and the peripheral nerve system. So this is of paramount importance. We want to decrease or reduce the amount of calcium buildup on the brain. We want to make sure that that pumping mechanism is working properly. And to do this, we have joined forces with a lab that has received, for their discovery of a protein, the Nobel Prize in Nutrition for their discovery regarding a protein that helps to reduce the amount of calcium buildup on the brain. Also, of course, we want to protect the brain cell membranes. We want to reduce the inflammation that is generated by a sick brain, if you will. We want to increase the antioxidants that are flowing through that blood that's now increasing into the brain. And we want to reduce and prevent the brain shrinkage. It's interesting to note that as we age, as life progresses, our brains continually start to shrink, especially after the age of 30. And another interesting point that has been we've been made aware of is that the brain will shrink in proportion to the amount of additional weight that we start to carry. So if we start to gain some extra pounds in that will affect the size of our brain, believe it or not. Also, we want to support the immune system so that it can protect that brain, and we want to reduce the brain toxicity with the environment in which we live. We have a blood-brain barrier, and unfortunately some of the elements in our environment have permeated that blood-brain barrier, and it has created toxic situations in the brain. And another thing we want to do is to increase the energy to the brain. As the brain goes, so does the rest of the body. So it's really important to keep our brains healthy. Now, of course, based upon our evaluation, we assess each of these different areas of the brain to determine what course of action would be best suited for the particular individual that's coming in. So if you'd like more information regarding our brain plan, please visit our website, or we'd like to invite you to call our office and make a no-cost, no-obligation time we can set aside, and we can discuss how this brain plan might be of benefit to you or one of your loved ones. So please give us a call.